Good afternoon. We are here at Walker Stadium to watch the Portland Pickles face the Willamette Wild Bills in a toasty 105 environment. You know, this is quite an informal game, to be honest, but you know, we're here. The fans are here. We're trying to stay alive.
Who's pitching?
Abby, you good? Yeah. Del Biagio on the mound with Kirtley hitting to lead off. And Kirtley with a high fly ball. I believe that is shortstop Connor Henriquez. And a nice little P6 to begin the game. I'm going to say this, but I think the players want to get out of here as soon as possible. Yeah, what's up? Yes. It's on YouTube. Do you want me to send it to you? Is it YouTube or Facebook? It's YouTube and Facebook.
You'll notice we're not joined by any real-life umpires today, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, we have Picklebot behind the dish calling balls and strikes. That's strike one against the batter. Looks like a little slide piece in there for strike number two.
And it seems that our robot umpire is working again. So this will be a perfect game, most likely, from our umpires.
And that's a ball low. Confirmation by Picklebot.
Hold on. If any of you are enjoying this game from home, gonna be honest, I kind of wish I was in your shoes. It's kind of hot here, but it is what it is. We're killing it. Interns are killing the game. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to offer.
Ooh, knocked down by the second baseman. He recovers, and too late. Safe at first base.
One on, one away.
Actually, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Colin Hardy, and I'm joined here alongside Ian.
Now batting for the Wild Bills, the right fielder, number 20, Durham Sundberg.
I'm not really sure Ian's last name, but we're here. We're enjoying it.
Hey, you could do this. I'll do play.
That is back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches for the Wild Bills. Sundberg is aboard. 2 on, 1 away for Manny Castanera.
Center fielder Dylan Sundberg has just made it to first base, and that's first and second for the Wild Bills. They're a young team, but they've proven quickly that they can hit. They took the Portland Pickles to the bottom of the ninth inning in their first bout. They were up by 3 runs until utility man Eamon Lance took them deep with a grand slam with the bases loaded to win the game.
That was quite the night.
Yeah, so the Wild Bills, they're a scrappy team. They've shown they can swing it. It's just a matter of locking it down and getting the wins late. So let's see if they can do that this afternoon at Walker Stadium. Base hit into center field, and the bases are loaded once again.
Just 3 quick hits.
Back hits from the Wild Bills coming from Soper, Sundberg, and Castanera. The bases are loaded with 1 away. Now batting the catcher, J.J. Hoover, with the bases loaded.
J.J. Hoover comes up to the dish with the bases loaded, looking to do some damage here. The only thing he doesn't want to do, well, there's a few things he probably doesn't want to do. And that's one of them. Soft grounder. Moosh got home to get the force out and keep it scoreless. No, you're not.
Okay, I'll do color, absolutely.
Yep.
You know, Mushkat was the reigning MVP of the Wild Wild West League last year. He hasn't gotten as many at-bats for the Pickles this year, but, you know, he's trying to make the best of it.
And that's Kobe Red up to the dish, number 13. And he's drilled right in the rear. Back to first base he goes.
That will send Sundberg home, 1-0 Wild Bills.
Sundberg crosses the plate, makes it 1-0 Wild Bills.
Here.
Sundberg's got to be careful with the sun beating down like this. If he's not careful, he'll go from Durham Sunberg to Durham Sunburn.
Ian, that's why we love you.
Another ball in the dirt. 1-0.
All of you at home, make sure you're staying hydrated. Sunstroke is not good. And Del Biagio with the pitch. And foul tip back to Leibel. Ooh, Leibel may have taken that in the
Somewhere.
not great place, if you know what I mean.
Just
He
needs a
looks like
quick
he's struggling back
stretch,
here.
yeah.
Coach Mag's coming out here. Leibel looks like he's in pain. Hobbling out to the pitcher.
Not what you'd like to see in a Wild Wild West League game like this.
Well, technically the Pickles are playing, so it's not Wild Wild West. It's just a non-league game for the Pickles.
Not what you'd like to see in a non-league game like this.
I agree, yes. Good point. But if you are unaware, we believe we are only playing 6 innings. Because the Pickles only have 6 pitchers available. So the pitchers ideally pitchers ideally will throw 1 quick inning and, you know, get out of there, get back to the AC, and get ready for the 7 o'clock game tonight.
And regardless of the innings, there's a 2-hour time cap on the game just to keep things moving and clear it out for the fans for the evening game tonight against the Ridgefield Raptors.
Ian,
Start time for that moved to 8:05 p.m. due to the heat, so we'd
who
love
would you
to
say
see you
would
there.
win a fight, a raptor or a pickle?
Certainly a raptor. A raptor has claws, sharp teeth, and incredible sprint speeds, whereas a pickle is
But I
It's a
feel like
fruit.
raptors may be carnivorous, question mark.
that is a great point, Colin. I don't think a raptor would even sniff out a pickle as prey at all, and the pickle would probably be safe as a result. So
So I think they'd live together in harmony. Ooh, close pitch. Just missed the
Full count pitch coming up.
bottom outside corner. And his base is loaded, full count, so we will see the runners in motion. Oh,
and a
swing
swing and a
miss.
miss.
Biagio gets the strikeout. We head to the bottom of the
Every other
fourth.
word.
Del Biagio with the strikeout.
Pickles nothing.
And gets out of it.
We're going to commercial.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
And
All right,
welcome back
Pickles
to
come
Walker
up to bat, and number 18, Carter Booth, steps into the ditch.
You're messing my vibes.
That's strike one. Off speed lands high, 1-1. Fouled off to the right side, and that makes the count 1-2.
1 to the count.
Jack, how many viewers do we have? 12. Jack, how many are there?
Swing and a miss, and that's 1 out.
Gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning.
All right, for all you viewers out there, what is the superior dinosaur?
Now batting,
Because
Daniel Harusi.
the Pickles are playing the Raptors tonight, and do you think a, say, T-Rex would defeat a raptor? Who knows? According to Jurassic World, raptors are quite small, but T-Rex apparently are kind of small too.
So my take on dinosaurs in general might be a little different than the average dinosaur
Daniel
fan.
Hiroshi takes ball 1.
As you know, dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago.
Hiroshi ground ball shortstop.
Thousands, I don't know how many.
It's Michael Soper. Solid throw to first. Guts him out for out number
That's
2.
1 down.
2 down.
2 down.
2 away.
Colin keeping me honest. So, honestly, your typical big or fast dinosaurs are not, I wouldn't say those are the highest tier, strongest, because they did not survive. When I look at the ideal dinosaur, I'm looking at perhaps a modern day ostrich or a any sort of large
Leo
ground
Mosby.
bird.
Hard line drive to center. Durham Sundberg out there. Gets turned around but makes the catch. 4 3 outs. This is a very quick first inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Pickles. And it is 1-0 after 1 inning.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
And welcome back to Walker Stadium. August Souza now on the mound for the Pickles. As I mentioned before, this will just be a
Number 9, Brock McMullen, the
1 inning per
extra hitter for the
pitcher.
Wild Bills.
But August Souza, the sophomore out of Santa Clara, he will be featuring a fastball, curveball, and changeup. And we'll see how he does against these Willamette Wild Bills. Ian, any thoughts?
Yeah, I have some thoughts. What's up with the Pickles pitchers' jerseys today?
That
Going
is
for
a
like a
great
road
question.
blue look?
Yeah, and they don't have numbers, so it's kind of tough for us to identify them.
No numbers. In fact, it's just T-shirts. Quite the good look.
But hey, maybe oh, we got an in-game substitution in left. I'm not sure who that is. Hey, thoughts on hockey subs in baseball? I'm kind of down for that. As fastball is low, brings up a 1-2 count. Wow, August Souza just hit 90 right there.
Man's got gas. Bring in the August heat.
Good one. That was a very good one, actually.
And swing and a miss.
Second strikeout of the day for Del Biagio.
This is the new pitch. Okay, yeah.
Now batting for the Wild Bills, number 24, Cooper Johnson, the DH.
Yo, Ben, this is August Souza pitching. Yeah. I think. Could be wrong, but pretty sure.
August Souza's on the mound. 2 strikeouts today for Souza.
No, that was his first bat.
Designated hitter for the Wild Bills is up to bat. It's a 1-0 count.
Fastball. Just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Just give it to the 90. So, like, when you get behind, just make sure the most up-to-date batter is the one up-to-date. Yeah. Now Souza with the windup. And ground ball, Henriquez. Play on the move. Swift throw over to first. Mushkat gets the second out of the inning. Ian, I heard you had quite the baseball career. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. No, it wasn't a great career, but I definitely learned a lot, and it played a huge part in my development as a person. So despite the on-field results, Colin, I'd say I grew, and I was even awarded the most improved player in my 4th, 5th grade season. So, yeah, I think I'm still riding high off that. I was a third baseman by trade, bench player by game time. It's a 1-1 count on the hitter. I did make an all-star team, though.
Yeah, Ian, the most improved player. That's something to
Ball
brag
outside,
about.
2-1.
As August Souza did just touch 93 on that first pitch of this at-bat.
Yeah, so what happened is it was 3rd grade. It was the first year of players pitching.
90-mile-an-hour ball.
And prior to that, we were using a pitching machine. And I think anyone could just be comfortable in the box against the pitching machine and time it up well. And I had some good hits. I felt good after that season, and I was confident going into the player pitching season.
And he works 2-out walk.
That's a 2-out walk for the Wild Bill. And into the player season, things changed real quickly. When kids first get in the box against a pitcher who is throwing and also happens to be 8 years old, a lot can happen, and many people get hit.
So here's the real question. Were you scared of the ball?
100%.
Okay.
That's what I was getting to.
That's what I thought, yeah.
The amount of beanballs that happen in that first year is pretty incredible, and it's not uncommon for the kids to be a little shaken heading in there. And that was the case for me as well.
So I didn't start playing until I was in 3rd grade. So that's
my career was being thrown upside down and ruined by the time you entered the league.
Oh, wow. So, hey, maybe I'm the reason you retired.
Maybe.
As a nice line drive caught by Pickles center fielder for the 3rd out of the inning. That was Soper 2.
We'll be back.
B-E-F-A-S B-I-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break all vodka.
Okay, yeah.
All right, bottom of the second here at Walker Stadium. Pickles up to bat. Ooh, and that's a drive into left, deep, going back, and gone.
Solo shot.
Number 13.
That is Henriquez with the solo shot out to the left.
Enriquez with the solo blast to left.
Ties this game up at one apiece. That was a good piece of hitting there. He was hunting fastballs. Ott's been pumping all game and went for the short porch out in left center. That's where most home runs go out in this ballpark, considering the high fences that are out within center field.
Tristan Gomez, the right fielder.
Oh, that's a run. Hold on.
It's Tristan Gomez.
Tristan Gomez with a liner right back to the pitcher, and that's one away.
Now batting for the Pickles, your catcher, Evan Leibel.
And number 3, Evan Leibel for the Pickles, steps up, a left-handed batter. That's a ball inside. Line drive center field, and the center fielder gets it on a hop, and that's going to hold him to a single. What catch?
Evan Leibel with a one-out base hit.
It's a one-out base hit for Evan Leibel.
Now batting for the Pickles, number 46. Shortstop.
And that's shortstop number 6 at the plate, 46. Fouled out into the berm and almost hit the 2 people attending out there.
Scranton at the plate.
So make sure the players can make sure the volume on the phone is actually
It's a 1-1 count. Looks like a ball high, 2-1.
Count is 2-1.
Second one's the count. It's a hitter's count. And that's ball 4. So we got runners on first and second for the Pickles, getting something going here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, really hope that Taylor Ott starts to find the zone here. No outs and a solo shot in the innings, not doing too great.
That's number 23, Maxwell Shore, coming up to the plate.
You know, Shore's a big-time prospect, incoming freshman at UC San Diego, so we'll see if he does anything here. I think he played in last night's marathon as he knocks one down to the third baseman. This could be 2. Nope. Decide just to go first for 1. Move the runners up to second and third.
Second and third, 2 away. Wait. 1 away, my bad.
Blooper wasn't enough to get it done, but it did advance the runners, and that gives Patrick Mushkat an opportunity to bring some runs in and take the lead.
You know, Pat's... You know, Pat's really looking to get it going this summer. Reigning Wild West League Player of the Year, but he has a slow start considering all the guys that are on the Pickles roster. It's tough to get playing time. They didn't get off to too hard of a start, so hopefully games like this he can kind of bounce back and find his way as he cuts and miss right there.
Yeah, you mentioned it. These day games where the Pickles can kind of not take a breath, but hone in on a Wild West League opponent as opposed to the West Coast League competition. Kind of get their bearings, work on some things. It's a great opportunity, especially for the hitters, to find something.
Yes, Ott misses right there with another ball, making the count 2-1. You know, he's a great dugout guy. I think that's one of his big strengths. His brother Sam was a pickle before him, and Pat rejoined.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Pat's got that. He's got that great attitude, and he's got a great mustache to go along with it, and just a popular guy down in that Pickles dugout.
So he swings and misses on that change to end the inning. Todd's making his
stop. Leaves 2 stranded. It's 1-1, heading to the top of the third inning.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry, and F is for face if you got a little sag, and A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time, and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry, and F is for face if you got a little sag, and A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time, and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Top of the third here at Walker Stadium. New pitcher on the mound, Evan Tomlinson. righty versus center fielder Durham Sunbird for the Wild Bills. And he puts the first ball in play to the shortstop. And missed throw. And he's safe on an error.
Yeah, I think that's a throwing error over there by, don't remember the shortstop,
It's gonna
but
be 86 and Sunbird is
might be
aboard.
Cameron Clayton.
One on, nobody
getting the
out
lineup.
for Manny Castanera,
That's just good
the
hustle
first
by
baseman.
Sunberg. Just making his way down the line, trying to hustle things out, even in a game that doesn't matter. So really lets people know how well he's playing. Now, Ian, I got a question for you. So we have a lot of teams in this Wild West League, and I would consider this Pickles team to be a part of the Wild West League to an extent, with a lot of their guys getting reps out there. Give me your uniform rankings as far as adding the two new teams as we get a ground ball to Hiroshi, who's going to turn the double play for 2 outs right there.
Wow. Yeah, in terms of Wild West League team uniforms,
check it safe at first.
let's go over them for the fans. We got the OG Wild West League team, the Portland Gherkins. They've got that
Now
nice
batting, the catcher, J.J. Hoover.
light blue cyan uniforms. Then, of course, the Gresham Gray Wolves. Last year, they were rocking a sort of camouflage. It was camouflage made out of wolves' eyes on the Gresham Gray Wolves. Pretty controversial. You either love them or you hate them. And then we got the new teams, the Wild Bills, which they're rocking their deep green uniforms, as you can see, and the Portland Rosebuds, which have to take it for me. Those uniforms are incredibly fresh. The colors, the red, white, and blue. Oop.
As we get
To
a ground
second,
ball.
to
Yep.
first,
Nice dig
and
by
that's
Moose
2
Guy,
outs,
ending.
and that's the inning. So yeah,
6-4-3
Rosebuds all the
double
way.
play to get out of the
Yeah,
top of
I
the
think
third.
this was a quick inning, but we'll
1-1
continue this back
headed
as
to
we
the
get
home
back from the break. So we'll see you right after the break for the bottom of the third.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles.
Number 18, Carter Booth steps into the box. Looking to get things started here against number 5,
Which would
the
be
lefty from the Wild Bills.
Which would be Kyle Larson, who I think was the very first pitcher ever for the Willamette Wild Bills back on opening night when they played the Pickles.
Wow. Oh. Infield pop-up. Third baseman over to get it, and that's 1 down.
We're moving through this game pretty fast. Last half inning, I barely had a chance to get through your Rosebud rankings
Yes.
as far as uniforms go.
Yeah, I didn't get through the rankings. Rosebuds took the cake, and from there, let me think about it.
Rosie Fowles went off his leg right there.
Did not look comfortable.
Those
Yeah, I'd
one-
probably say Rosebuds, then Gherkins, Wild Bills, then Grey Wolves.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, maybe not of the color scheme of the Bills, but the logo of the platypus on their hats that are now featured at our merch tent look fantastic. The yellow and green rimmed hats, I may be biased because I'm a Duck fan, but they look fantastic.
Sure, yeah. Gotta love ducks, but also just, I'm a big sucker for quirky cartoon characters on sports uniforms, so anytime we can get that, I'm all for it.
For sure, for sure. If you haven't made it out to Walker Stadium, I highly encourage you to get out there. Our merch tent is always available with brand new Rosebud gears, Wild Bills gear, and your stereotypical Pickles and Gherkins gear. So get out there, get out to Game Walker Stadium. It's a great atmosphere, as I'm sure you can attest to.
That's ball 4 for Daniel Hiroshi, and he'll take first base.
Hiroshi draws for 1 out. Now batting for the Pickles, Leo Mosby, the DH.
Now Leo Mosby, the designated hitter for the Portland Pickles, steps up to bat. We saw Leo get some action out at third base last night. He made some pretty incredible plays over there. One in particular that
As Hiroshi advances down to second.
Yeah, that screaming liner to third base that he jumped and caught, got the audience here at Walker Stadium out of their seats.
He's another guy that's been struggling offensively, though, so it's great to get him reps out here against maybe some more pitching. This is kind of the equivalent of sending guys struggling down for an assignment into the minors compared to the major leagues to try to get them back on track, seeing ball again, getting the ball in play. Just give them a little bit more reps, and then heading back to the West Coast League games that are much more important than this.
Quite a bit of depth to this summer league in the West Coast League.
2-1 the count on those.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Ian. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I'd agree with you, Ian. We're pushing 60 guys on the roster for the Pickles this year. So as many games as they can get in. We got to remember this is Woodbat Summer Ball. We're always trying to get guys reps so they can go back and be successful in their college leagues come the springtime. So as many reps as possible would be great for them. And having games like this, as well as the West Coast League games that are way more competitive, are great opportunities for all the players.
Hitters count for Mosby, and that's ball 4. So we got runners on first and second with 1 out.
It'll be interesting to see how Larson pitches this batter right here as we get a mound visit for the Wild Bills. If I were out there on the mound giving Kyle some advice, I'd, try to pound the zone, stay low in the count, try to get a ground ball and get out of this inning. You're holding your own against this pretty good Pickles team. We're not seeing a bunch of slacks out here. They got a good roster. They're not throwing, guys that maybe haven't even seen at bats. Mosby played, like you said, Ian, last night. Hiroshi's been a constant starter in and out of the lineup. So, yeah, I think he's just trying to calm him down and pound the zone because that's what's most important about this is throwing strikes and really getting the ball down, try and see a ground ball and turn it into a play and get out of this inning.
And despite not perhaps being the Pickles' A lineup, the Wild Bills would consider this a higher level of competition still.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys play Division I or high Division II baseball. A lot of JUCO guys trying to look for an opportunity. Just a lot of talent on this entire Pickles roster, regardless of whether they're hitting well right now or not. So it's a great opportunity for a lot of these lower level guys to get a chance to compete with them.
And I'm sure you know, John, with your experience playing throughout high school and such, You can have incredible hitting talent, but still a team can go through a funk and perhaps not click on all cylinders and not be able to get it done.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's baseball. You go through hitting slumps all the time. Baseball is a hard sport to play. You can see, I always go back to the MLB. A team can have immense talent and not make the playoffs. You look at the Angels the last 10 years. Mike Trout is considered one of the best players in the MLB, and they haven't made the playoffs in 4 or 5 years, or I think since he's been there. So yeah, baseball is a funny game. It's not like you can, it's really just an individual on individual sport. It's pitcher against batter. It's not like basketball where you can choose guys to go one-on-one all the time, or like football where you can call plays for certain guys. It's an order. You got to go up there. As we get a shot into right center and a nice play by Sunburn, that's, I think, in right field. Pickles are going to score a run. Hiroshi tagging up on the play. But nice play to get over there.
Yeah, nice play by Sunberg, but good job, Picks, putting one together.
The scoring is Hiroshi. The score is 2-1 Pickles.
But as I was saying, I think that's why it's the hardest, because you don't get to choose when you're up, and you just got to go and perform. And you go through slumps, that's normal, and you're just trying to work out of it, not let it get to your head. So, and the thing that cures slumps is just reps. I think the worst thing to do to a player who's slumping is to sit him down and not have him get any at-bats, and then throw him in there and be expected to perform. So this is a great opportunity to get guys out there and get at-bats and see the baseball.
The 1-1 pitch. That's fouled. 1-2 the count. Opportunity for the Bills to get out of some trouble here with limited damage.
Yeah, it looks like Larson settled down a little bit. He's located it off speed a little bit better. His fastball might not overpower him, but if he can locate that off speed, I think he'll be successful in the upcoming innings. Maybe they can stretch him to go 3 or 4.
Pickles would really like to get a extra base hit here or get anything going, because as of late, they've had little trouble loading up the bases, getting runners on, but it's just a matter of finding the big hit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to perform with runners in scoring position. That's how you win baseball games. That's what good teams do. As we ground out to here, back to the pitcher, and he throws to first to get out of the inning.
And that'll
we'll
do
head
it.
back down to we'll head to the top of the 4th. But yeah, as I was saying, got to score runners with scoring position, and we didn't see that right there.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry, and F is for face if you got a little sag, and A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time, and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
All right, Ryan Svenningston takes over for the Pickles, and the first one inside for ball 1.
Looks like he's got a firm fastball here. I can't see TrackMan, but it looks like he's kind of pumping.
That's 3 balls.
You know, from a pitcher's perspective, for games like this, when you just come in for an inning that's kind of a bullpen day, get everybody involved, I think what you really want to look for is really pounding strikes. And I think we've seen in the last couple of Pickle games, we've really struggled as far as pounding the zone. You know, maybe it's up to umpires, maybe we're shrinking the zone on them, but you got to throw strikes. That is the most basic part of this baseball game, is you have to throw strikes. You're not going to win baseball games if you aren't throwing strikes. So on days like today, it's really important that maybe you take the velo down a little bit, really locate that fastball, work the corners, and kind of get back into it and work that velo back up.
And that's ball 1 against Jordan Donahue at the plate.
It's not all about throwing upper 90s. You really need to be able to throw strikes, because what good does 99 do you if you can't hit the zone?
I mean, it's the oldest and I'd say most common advice given to pitchers. It's how you win.
I mean, I know Ian can attest to Oral Hershiser, the old LA Dodger Hall of Famer. That right-hander, the Bulldog, didn't throw that hard, but man, could he locate his off-speed pitches in a timely fashion.
If you're crafty, you can spin and you can locate, you can get it done. And Bulldog proved that. But what Bulldog also had was a winning mentality. He was a great teammate and had the heart of a champion. And that's what it takes.
As another walk there for Sevenson.
Runners on first and second, nobody out for the Wild Bills.
And that's runners on first and second with nobody out for the Wild Bills. And Brock McMullen comes up to the plate.
You know, I know we talked about this being an exhibition, but I think it still is important to practice, you know, things you would do in a game to be successful. So we're looking for Brock to try to push or lay down a sack bunt. That works too. I was going to say we're trying to push some to the right side, advance the runners, you know, maybe get him to tag up, get a base knock down the right side as the second baseman Hiroshi's kind of slanted into double play depth. And Patrick's got to hold on the first base runner. But laying down a sack bunt could be another great opportunity.
So 1-1 count. And the pitch. Grounded foul left side.
1-2 to count.
Grounded to the third baseman. Tags out the runner and gets it over to first for quite the double play.
See, that's what you don't like to see. I mean, you look at to lay down this sack bunt and move the guys over, and then you ground into a double play, especially on the third base side. That's just, you know, got a tough pitch, jammed him. I'm sure he didn't want to do that, obviously, but maybe take that, be a little bit smarter. Sevenson's struggling to find the zone. Take a couple pitches, make him throw some more balls. As we see a ball there on the outside corner.
Much better situation for the Pickles here now with 2 gone. Runner will advance to third on that passed ball.
Runner on third. 2 away, 2-0 count on Johnson.
No, Ian, I want your thoughts here. It's 2-0 count, runner on third. You're down by 1. What is your mindset here? 3-0 count. Are you
Am I pitching or hitting?
You're hitting. You're the Wild Bills here.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't be hitting. I'd be on the bench cheering him on. But my approach here, look for something to square up. And that works. Pass the baton. Maybe the next guy can get a better pitch.
Yeah, I think that's unselfish. You're not looking for the RBI yourself. You're trying to play team baseball, get runners on base. Got to respect the grind. Really struggling to find the zone here. I think he's thrown 2 strikes, and that was to the Wild Bills batter that grounded out to for the double play.
Finds the zone there, 1-1. Fouls it back behind the press box, 1-2. Little R2-D2 scream from Picklebot, the umpire there.
I feel like we've had less complaints from Picklebot as the Wild West League moves on. You know, I think he's expanded the zone a little bit.
Picklebot set in his ways, but open to criticism. And a strikeout there ends the half for the Pickles. We're going to the bottom of the 4th after this.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym B FAST. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Doesn't matter.
Cam Clayton steps up to the plate for the Pickles, and that's a ball outside for...
You know, Cam was a big standout at Lakeridge High School. I think he still is a high schooler there. Going to be incoming freshman at the college level at UW, I believe. Playing for Mags up there in Seattle. But, you know, I think he's really impressed me, at least. Young kid coming out, a lot of hype. He hasn't tried to do too much. Really just playing inside of his box, and he's got great hands up the middle.
Yeah, Cam's really shown himself to be a solid defender over there at shortstop or second base, wherever you want to throw him in the infield. And he can also swing it, too. So impressive coming from an incoming freshman. Sure he'll do some great things up there with Mags coming season. And that's 3-1.
That is ball 4.
Ball 4.
Picklebot was one step ahead of you.
Now batting for the Pickles and Max Shore, number 23.
And Max Shore steps up to the plate for the Pickles and rips the first one onto the ground of the third baseman. Over to second, over to first. Could he keep his foot on the bag?
Yeah, you got pulled off there.
Pulled off the bag at first, so a fielder's choice or error
That's a fielder's choice for Max. Sure.
Fielder's choice.
That was a nice play by the first baseman to move over and dig that. A lot of guys try to keep their foot on the base and get the out, but it's really smart to just keep the guy on first, not allow him to advance to second. Keep the double play in play.
Good advice for the league in general is cut your losses more.
We have seen a lot of errors.
Stop the bleeding when you can.
Now I think we got Pat Mushkot back up at the plate. We mentioned Pat a little bit earlier. Struggling, but he a great clubhouse guy. Really looking to get back in rhythm so he can make his way back into the West Coast League lineups.
And we're all rooting for Pat. Exciting to see a Gherkin get an opportunity like this after really raking in his opportunity down there in 2020. As he flies out to the center fielder for the second out.
You know who I think could have another path like Patrick Mushkot, who stand out for the Gherkins last year? Matt G's moving silence like Lasagna Bergevin of the Gherkins this year. He won the home run derby. Maybe not on field, but at least in our broadcast hearts he won.
Oh, yeah. Anyone keeping official score of that impromptu home run derby knows that Matty B was the true winner. If you count hitting the most home runs as the winner, he was the winner.
He's a guy that plays with a lot of heart, too. Really cares about being out here.
He takes every win and loss very personally. Rides the emotions of the games. He's a force in the dugout with his teammates, and at the plate, he can really send it out there. So a good player to watch moving forward. Would be good to have him back in the West Coast League next year.
Or hopefully with the Pickles in the WCL.
That's a ball, 1-2. Foul over the Wild Bills dugout.
Now, Ian, how much of an effect do you think heat has on these players? Or are they so locked in that you think they're just more focused on the game rather than the heat at all?
Oh, well, I'm sure some of the guys on the outfield, maybe the center fielder, he's under the shade, but in right and left, personally, my thoughts would be how much longer until I can go sit in the dugout in some shade, because it's pretty miserable out there, and they don't get to wear shorts like you and I, John. They're wearing full pantaloons.
Speak for yourself. I wore a full suit to do this broadcast today, like a true dedicated broadcaster.
Oh, sorry about that. I haven't looked at you yet. Very fresh.
We are doing this broadcast virtually, as I am in Sonoma, Washington, and Ian's back home in Eugene, Oregon.
That is correct. I'm in a U-Haul outside of my home with my setup.
Must be really hot for you. No air conditioning in the back of those. Trust me, I've spent many a nights back there.
I have two dollar store fans on a keychain. I have them pinned with a rock so they blow continuously, and they're keeping me cool. Hope you're all staying cool at home as number 18 takes the walk, and that's first and second for the Pickles.
And that brings up the one player who I remember who it is because I love that number 11, Daniel Haros.
Daniel Harosi takes ball one. He's shown quite some versatility. Coach Maggs has him in that leadoff spot most games in the West Coast League because of his speed. He's not afraid to lay the bunt down. They kind of see him as your prototypical leadoff hitter. It's just a matter of making better contact more frequently, but he has a lot of the tools necessary.
Yeah, I think he was one of the guys that arrived as he knocks one to left center. That might be off the wall, back on the warning track.
Ooh.
Nope, oh, he dropped
it.
That's
Off
an
the
air.
wall.
Yeah.
And Daniel Harosi with
And he's out at home.
RBI double as number 18 is tagged out at the plate. So that makes it a 3-1 Pickles lead as we head to the top of the fifth. RBI double, Daniel Harosi.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break a vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Leading off the shortstop, Michael Soper.
And Michael Soper steps into the box for the Willamette Wild Bills against the new pitcher, number 51, Connor Nip. Righty delivers. He swings at the first pitch and pops it into left field. Easy play out there for one down.
You know, Ian, I've noticed that a lot of the times the sun sets behind home plate at a lot of ballparks. This one sets for the batter out in left center so that you don't have to deal with any sort of sun in the outfield. And I think that that's a huge advantage, especially playing 7 p.m. games when really the batters are dealing with shadows, and makes it much more of a pitcher's ballpark despite the short fence or short porches in right and left field.
Yeah, interesting you say that. You typically expect fields like this that are just 311 out to right field and to favor hitters, but we've only seen a handful of home runs so far, and it really has been a pitcher's park. Ooh, swing and a miss from
That was a good
Durham
changeup.
Sunberg.
That was a good changeup. Kept them off balance. Let's see if you can locate at least one off-speed pitch. That's something I've yet to see for a lot of Pickles pitchers, and I think that's the key to their success moving forward.
And that's 3-1 now on the hitter.
I know, talking to Kevin Herbst, who I heard it through a grapevine through Kevin Herbst from Brian Grant, the pitching coach for the Pickles. Really looking to establish the fastball this year. Maybe looking to off-speed second, but really looking to establish the fastball, locate with high velocity. And that's something they're really working on this year. So I think that's why we see so many fastballs getting ahead with the fastball in the count, and really 2-1 counts when you're behind, going to that, not really seeing some off-speed pitches till you're trying to strike him out in strikeout counts.
3-2 on Sunberg. Flies it left field. Shortstop going out. He'll take it, and that's 2 gone for the Pickles. For the Wild Bills, rather.
Now batting the first baseman, Manny Castanera.
Sunberg's another name that you might hear thrown around as far as like Wild West League standouts. He's been a solid center fielder for the Wild Bills. Mainly the name you remember from this team.
He's made some great plays out there in center, and with that long flowing blonde hair, I mean, he stands out, and definitely a fun watch. Tracking down balls out there with the flow like Syndergaard.
Indeed. You could make the correlation to the son of Thor, or those Viking, mythical gods, similar to how Syndergaard's nickname is Thor.
What was your suggestion for a nickname?
Oh, just any sort of god from the kingdom of Odin.
There's Odin, Loki, Thor. Those are all the ones in the Marvel universe that I can think of.
It's a base knock here. Out into right field. I think as we are talking about nicknames, I think nicknames today are lacking compared to nicknames back in the day. You had Lefty Three Finger, an A's pitcher. Great nickname.
Yeah.
You had many others, I'm sure, that you can name.
Well, I could think of some modern day examples. Pretty
yes.
much the closest thing. What a great play from the center fielder. We'll get back to the nickname conversation in a bit, but my goodness. Carter Booth.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
Makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying, we source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Number 23 on the mound for the Wild Bills against the Portland Pickles batter.
You know, Ian, we've been in a heated debate
Leo
up here in the
Mosby.
press box. Leo Mosby, yes. And I think we got the name of that pitcher. What was Trey Hebert. He's pitched on the mound for the Wild Bills. But I think we have a whole crew up here, a production crew that's great to us in the press box. Doing stats, music.
It's just me and the U-Haul, John.
Oh, that's right. We are headquarters from Sonomish, where we do all the Pickles games from. Well, regardless of where we are, they put it on virtually for us. We've been in a heated debate through our group chats about the best stack at Walker Stadium. And I know that I have my own opinions, as Ian does
Yes,
himself.
I have very strong opinions about this matter.
So we're gonna let's go ahead and do a top 5, as a high fastball misses there, or falls into the zone.
Top 5 stadium snacks? Do they even have 5 stadium snacks here? I
think
stay
they
loyal
do.
to my favorites, John.
Well, let's hear them.
All right.
Let's do like a snake draft. Is a
We're going
foul
to
ball on
draft
line.
the stadium snacks?
Yes, you get a
All right.
snake draft, and you have your number 1 pick, and we'll go back and forth. So if you start, I have the next 2 picks, and then it goes back to you for 2 picks,
Okay.
and back to me, and we'll do our 5.
All right, I'll take first pick.
And feel free to say in the chat if you have any of your picks. Maybe give us some advice. You know, this is a chance to look into our war rooms for our draft.
Yeah.
So I'll give the benefit of Ian to have the first pick. You can
All
take
right.
the first thing off the board of Walker Stadium snacks.
The benefit of Ian. So, number 1 pick. This is a strategic pick, not because it's my favorite, because I want to block John from it, and because I know it's such a versatile and popular item. The Pickles Killer Burger, Dave's Killer Burger down at the food tent down there. Pretty incredible. All beef patty, got a slice of cheese on there, of course, and the highlight for me, there's a couple highlights. As he pops it up to the first baseman for the first out. The first highlight of that burger for me are those sweet Wickles Pickles on there. They put 3. They have really incredible texture and ridges on them. The flavor just immediately just hits you like a truck. And the bun, the Dave's Killer Bun. You know, there's something about that ex-convict labor that they hire that they just know how to knead that bread, and the recipe is incredible. So I'm first pick taking that Dave's Killer Burger.
To your point, prison shows him work ethic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a
What else are you going to do there?
Great character builder, if one could say. I appreciate the pick, as he essentially bunts it back to the pitcher.
Oh, wow. Playing catch with the bat there.
Yeah, nice little game of pepper there. If for those baseball players at home who love to play pepper, he'd be out. He'd be out of the game. But to your point, this draft may have to be carried over to the next inning, given that there are 2 outs, because you took forever to explain why you just chose a normal burger.
I had to give my reason.
Fair enough. My first pick is going to be one of Ian's favorites.
Ooh, that's a drive in
gonna
the
be
right
over
field,
fielders.
and John will not get to answer. So
I will not. Stay tuned for my first pick in the next half of the inning.
I'd say I'm winning the draft so far.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Now batting left fielder Cody Wren.
We got Tommy Snyder, number 2, on the bump for the Pickles against Cody Wren for the Wild Bills.
I believe Tommy pitched last night in that marathon of a game we had against the Ridgefield Raptors that total, I think, hit 4 hours to play 9 innings.
Long game, long night it was.
But as we promised you, we're back to our snack draft. And as Ian so kindly took up that entire half inning, it is now my next 2 picks. As you might recall, Ian took Dave's Killer Bread Burger, which, great pick. Dave's Killer Bread, great sponsor for us, has been so nice to provide us with all, as that's going to be a base
that
hit.
bounces through the hole for a base hit.
Base hit for Cody Wren.
Great piece of hitting there to pull it as a lefty. Hiroshi was playing kind of close to the base, snuck it right by him. But as I was saying, Dave's Killer Bread Burger, great pick. Or Dave's Killer Burger, excuse me, great pick. Been a great sponsor for us for the last 2 years. They sponsored the Wild Wild West League games, or as far as the Portland Gherkins. Their food is fantastic. Bread is phenomenal. Substance incredible. It's been incredible. But I do not think that was going to be the number 1 pick on the board. I'm going to take, with my number 1 pick, as Tommy Snyder picks him off at first base over to Patrick Mushka, I'm going to take the Minute Maid frozen lemonade. Now,
I'm shocked.
I think Ian misunderstood the concept. As we get a base knock there into center.
Wow, 2 on for the Bills now.
2 on. Time
Fist
run on
pump
first.
from number 11 as he crosses first.
I believe that's number 24. But the Wild Bills numbers are a different font.
They all look like ones from here.
From the U-Haul? From the U-Haul?
That was Jordan Donahue who just did.
Anyways, I'm going with frozen lemonade for my first pick. I believe that it's superior in taste. You get the benefits of a lemonade as far as the refreshingness of an ice-cold ice cream with less calories. And given the hot weather we're going to have this entire weekend, I think it is the obvious number 1 pick. For my second pick, as this is, if you remember, a snake draft, given that Ian had the first pick and had the clear advantage of getting number 1, I would get 2 next, and then Ian will get 2 next, and we'll go back and forth until we get our top 5. My number 2 pick is going to be cotton candy. Now, if you're going to tell me that pure sugar that's dyed a pastel color isn't the best thing you can put in your mouth, I don't know what is.
Yeah, thank you for blowing those 2 picks. Puts me in a much better position for this draft. Ooh, out at first, according to Picklebot 8008. Yeah.
There's a nice double play turn. Fast hands by Hiroshi on second there.
Oh, yeah, really incredible infield action there. And the Bills just are stranding a man at third, looking to bring him home.
I think we're reviewing this as of right now.
I think they're good. I think they're good. Yeah, okay, they do it. Okay, safe or out? Safe. Out. Safe. I'm safe. Shit, we're tied.
Waiting for the call here. Step out.
Safe.
Safe at first. The call is overturned.
All right, and
yes.
The call was overturned by Picklebot's associates.
His core processing, his i8 Intel, actually no free ads, his i8 processing. But let's recap our draft.
All right, quick recap on the draft. I took the Dave's Killer Burger, pick 1, and then John took frozen lemonade and cotton candy for picks number 2 and 3 in the draft. And so that brings it back to me. My second snack pick is going to have to be Spitz. Sorry, not Spitz. What's your favorite flavor of sunflower seed?
Do we sell sunflower seeds at Walker Stadium?
All right. Okay. I'm going to have to take back this pick, and my next favorite snack that I'm going to draft will be the Velveeta shells and cheese that we were so graciously gifted by Velveeta. Oh, throw down to second.
Safe.
And safe is the call at second from Picklebot.
I believe Velveeta is referred to as liquid gold.
Liquid gold, certainly. So we've been gifted quite a few boxes of those shells and cheese, so that's going to be my second pick for number 4 overall. Ooh, little soft liner caught by the shortstop right up the middle for the second out. And for my next pick, so the rules are constantly changing on me. You just have to adapt. For my next pick, I'm going to have to go with the cheddar jalapeno bratwurst down at the food tent.
See, yes, that is the sleeper. That was the sleeper. That was going to be my next pick. You stole that from me. I think that is a fantastic.
It is a fantastic sausage for sure. There's a few sausage options here, which is why I wanted to capitalize on a burger first. But yeah, the cheddar jalapeno brat, it's just the amount of flavor there is incredible. some people are a little hesitant to, eat a sausage with something injected in it. But I tell you what, I mean, if you are willing to take the first leap and eat a hot dog, then you could eat a hot dog with cheese in it. And that's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, as I said, that was my sleeper pick. Infused bratwursts are a very bipolar topic. You could say they're polarizing. But I think overall as a food, it's fantastic. So as far as Ian's list goes, let's do a quick recap before we hit the end of the top of this inning. As it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Tommy Snyder and the Pickles. Ian has selected as his first 3 picks of his top 5 snacks at Walker Stadium. It's a ball inside. 3-2 count. We'll recap this quick. Go back from the break. I have my final 2 picks, and Ian will have his last one. Ian has the Dave's Killer Bread Burger, the jalapeno cheddar, and I think you still have to make your 3rd pick. I think that was your first pick.
Oh yeah, you nixed my pick.
I did.
I couldn't do the seeds.
You were doing the spits, but we did not sell spits at this stadium.
Oh man, I gotta think. I'm gonna pivot red vine. No, it was Velveeta.
Oh yes,
unbelievable.
The miracle of
liquid gold.
Liquid gold. The miracle of cheese. That's not there.
Ooh, ball 4. Tommy Snyder really trying to get off the mound, and he'll head back.
I love that sell to the umpire that's non-existent and one that doesn't have feelings, but it's worth a shot,
Absolutely. At this point, he's just playing with everyone in the press box's emotions because Picklebot is a cold mother robot.
Indeed. So, yes, to recap Ian's list, he has, so we get a foul ball there. He has Dave's Killer Bread Burger, Velveeta cheese, and the jalapeno cheddar hot dog. That's your 3 picks.
Correct.
Going back to me for the next 2. And I believe the final 2.
Yeah.
At least for my board.
For your pick, yeah.
No, that's wrong. I have not chose 3 yet.
I mean, we make the rules of the draft.
That's true. If you're still listening at this point, I commend you. Either your son's on this team or you think we're funny. One of the 2. And I'm sure you don't think we're funny.
So I hope your son's doing really well.
Me too. But, yes. There's a ball inside. Tommy continues to turn off the mound as if it's trying to find yes. Continues to run off the mound. My 3rd pick is going to be Atlas Pizza. Now, I think pizza is the best food as we get a foul into the foul territory.
Moose?
That ball's hanging. That's a fair ball. That's a fair ball.
That's a fair ball, and all the Wild Bills caught sleeping at.
Yes, he's out. That's a fair ball that Patrick Mushka caught in fair territory and stepped on first base. That's out number 3. That ends the inning.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible footwork
that is
by
a wild
Pat there.
series of events. But we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll come back and finish our snack draft.
Our final frame.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
break of vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for...
Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the sixth here at Walker Stadium. An exhibition bout between the Portland Pickles and Willamette Wild Bills. We have Shelton on the mound versus Libel at the dish. And a quick recap of our draft for everyone at home. Ian, which is me, I have drafted the Killer Burger, the Velveeta shells and cheese, and the cheddar jalapeno bratwurst, whereas John has claimed the frozen lemonade, cotton candy, really bad pick there, and one out. What's that?
And I have picked, yes, I'm still here. I have picked the frozen lemonade, the cotton candy pick, and the Atlas pizza, as Ian had already stated.
Pizza. That's
Yes.
what I couldn't read.
Yeah, with my lazy handwriting that I wrote on
So
our
I have
Zoom
two
call.
picks, then you have one?
Yes.
And then, okay. All right. My next two picks, I'm going to make this quick. Regular hot dog and Impossible Burger.
Okay, I like where you're going with the...
I'm kind of
all
spreading it
plant-based.
out.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take... And let me just say for the record, you've taken no snacks?
No snacks. All
All
food.
meals in a snack draft.
A snack is simply a meal eaten quickly.
Nice
Ooh!
play.
Sundberg with another slick play out in right field. That's what you get when you put the range of a center fielder out in right. He's going to do some cool stuff. And that's 2 outs already.
Yes, for my final picks, I'm going to go ahead and take Red Vines. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to double up on your Velveeta cheese because it is such a good product. And I'm such a fan of Velveeta cheese. Liquid gold. as you
Liquid
said.
gold. Well put, John. Well put. Number 23 for the Pickles. Max Shore up to bat. Take strike one down the middle.
I think Max has seen a total of 4 pitches today. And
Sorry, 0-2.
in his first 2 at-bats, he swung on the first pitch, as I was getting into a story about him going to UC San Diego. But might as well not start it now so we can talk about something else, because I believe he's going to come out swinging.
Count goes to 1-2.
You know, are you a fan, Ian, of the white helmet with all the white jerseys?
It is. Whoa! Max Shore, deep. It is out of here! Incredible piece of hitting by the free swinging Max Shore. Takes it out deep left field to give the Pickles a 4-1 lead against the Willamette Wild Bills.
Yeah, like you said, Ian, that's just working inside out on the baseball. Really barreled that one up, got it over the short porch in left field. That's the power we've been wanting to see in the West Coast League.
You know, baseball, it's an easy sport. All you got to do is hit the ball really hard and time it really well and send it out there.
Yeah, if it goes over the fence, they can't get you out.
Ball one against Patrick Mushkot. Bounces in front of the plate.
Really looking for him to do something. I think he needs to shorten up his swing a little bit and just try to focus on putting the ball in play. I think he's in his own head a little bit. Hot day, you know, coming off of being the star in the Wild West League, as I'm sure we've mentioned a million times. But, you know, we just want to see Pat succeed, as we want to see all of our Pickles succeed.
And when you're expected to be a power-hitting first baseman type, when the power is not coming through, you just simplify and make contact. But I'm sure that's hard. That's a hard mentality switch to make.
Yeah, when you're expected, as you said, being a power hitter first baseman.
Oh.
As Pat just goes yard right there. That is gone.
Mushka silences the haters with a jack out to left field.
What a shot, Moose.
Good to see them get going. That's a 5-1 Portland Pickles lead.
Back to top of the order, Carter Moose.
How do I get this spot? The hit spot. How do I get rid of that? I did.
Flared out into center field for the third out of the inning, but not before the Pickles go back-to-back out in left field. They take a 5-1 lead.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
And now pitching on the mound, we got Patrick Mushka, who many of you don't know, was a standout pitcher in his middle school days, pitching in that Little League, some sort of Little League standard format. If I'm not mistaken, he's a lefty, even though he bats right-handed. He's a lefty first baseman.
No one's surprised to see him take the mound at all here at Walker Stadium. He's a consistent, crafty force out on the mound. He's thrown consistent strikes. It's really shown he can get it done on the mound, and we're going to see if he can close out this game nicely for the Pickles here against the Bills.
I think he was called the JUCO Aroldis Chapman. Pumping, mid-70s with a nice knuckle curve, maybe throwing a little bit of a circle change in there, sitting around 62 miles an hour. Oh, he's dropping it down on the sidearm. That is something we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Maybe something he implemented, in his JUCO years, really trying to make a statement as maybe the next Javier Lopez,
Okay.
world champion of the San Francisco Giants.
I was getting some Rich Hill vibes from Moose there. With he's got that lefty delivery, but not afraid to go to a sidearm to change it up on the batter.
Indeed. So let's see how Moose does here.
Durham Sundberg stepping in,
I
and
think he hits him.
he hits him. Now Moose typically not afraid to go in tight and intimidate the batter, but that one gets a little too far in, and he takes first base.
I think he's setting the tone. As a pitcher, you got to own that home plate. Especially as a lefty coming in, they don't respect him. He might not be on the roster of his pitcher, but you got to set the tone. Especially in a game like this. I wouldn't be surprised if he picked him off at first here.
No.
So he is like the Rich Hill. He went overhand. That pitch, we're starting off with the sidearm. I think he's really trying to work that outside corner on lefties. Really take advantage of that outside corner that Picklebot may be giving.
Yeah, he's getting squeezed a little by Picklebot 8008, but he's got some hardy constitution there on the mound, and it's just a matter of buckling down mentally and getting the pitch across the plate.
And there he is as he finds the zones. They call him Patty Stacks as he seems to stack up the Ks. Up in Skagit Valley, where I believe he plays currently.
Correct.
Could be wrong. That's a shot in the dark.
Lined. Left field. Jumping catch. Put a little swag on it out there. And first one down for Patty Stacks on the mound.
Now, to me, that seemed like an unnecessary leap.
I would disagree 100%, John.
You don't think he could have taken a couple more steps and, kind of gotten to that?
Before he jumped, the ball was not in his glove. After he jumped, the glove captured the ball, and the out was made, so I have to disagree. Ooh, going off speed there for ball 1. Key for Moose here is getting ahead of batters. If he can land that off speed first pitch, gets a swinging miss there, but Sundberg takes second. If he can land that off speed for a strike to start the count, that's going to put him in a good spot to dominate the batter.
What I'd really like to see out of Moose here is the old spaghetti move pickoff. That's when you lift your front leg and then place it behind the mound to declare yourself off the mound, and then immediately throw your arms at full wingspan. That, he misses there with the ball, I believe, according to Picklebot.
It's just a matter of avoiding that bot call.
Yeah.
Picklebot, wow! That sidearm action absolutely surprised number 21, and swings and misses for strike number 2.
That's J.J. Hoover up to bat, number 21.
J.J. Hoover.
As Pat takes a second step.
Patty Stacks making J.J. look like a little bit of a fool there. Let's see if J.J. can turn it around with a hit. Soft, fly, shallow right field, and caught.
He's making quick work of the Wild Bills. Not taking too much of his time. Just, knock his cleats off there, take a little bit of the bag back on behind the mound. Focus up and attack this hitter. The rosin bag, I might say.
Yeah. Patrick's always been a leader, and he's kind of leading by example here for the pitching staff. Just not afraid to throw strikes. Had that leadoff hit by pitch, but he's really turned it around since and is peppering the zone.
He's similar to Ohtani. Hits a bomb in the last inning, comes out the pitch and close the game.
That's just what Patty Stacks does. Dingers for days, and then blows it by him.
Just going to turn it off.
Nice strike there by Patrick Mushkat. Ooh, looping curve around and over the batter for ball 3.
Is it on?
Gets a swing there for strike 2. Fouled off. And it's a full count.
If I was
Looking for a quick inning.
If I was Pat here, as he tosses the baseball off, we need the best for Patrick Mushka. I would have pitched in my first baseman's glove. That's more surface area to get a ball back to you. It's something you're comfortable with.
Interesting. You say that.
As he comes out with the Dallas Braden.
That was a Craig Kimbrell look right there.
And he struck him out.
Ooh, close call there, but he draws the walk.
I would love to see him pull out a little bit of Hideki Matsui. Throw the ball behind your head a couple times. Take a little stall in the windup. That's out number 3.
Soft liner to the first baseman. And that's a scoreless inning for Patrick Mushkat. Bottom of the 7th.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast.
There is no bottom of the 7th, ladies and gentlemen. That is the ball game. The Pickles take it handily, 5-1 against the Willamette Wild Bills off a couple of homers by Patrick Mushkat and Leo Mosby. Game closed out by the one and only Patty Stacks. We'll see you tonight at 8:05, first pitch against the Ridgefield Raptors here at Walker Stadium. Good night, everyone.